everybody, this is the Whimsy Stamps blog hop, and I'm so excited to share this with you. I did this over a month ago when I very first got these digital stamps, and I just love it. So what you're seeing here is a page out of my regular art journal that I had already put stuff on, and I decided to use that page to go ahead and do this piece on. And I love the colors, but they were a little bright, so I want to knock them back with a little bit of this Pearl Folk Art paint. And I'm just gonna slur that over the top, as you can see, very quick, and it leaves the color behind shining through, and you can see it better in real life because that pearl paint is reflecting light, but in real life that isn't so bright. So especially you can kind of see that in the close-up pictures that I've provided at the beginning and the end of the video. Those colors are still shining nice through because this is cheap acrylic paint and it doesn't have coverage. So that's what I did, and then I set that aside to dry, and I started working on my paper piecing, which is how I'm going to do this. So you can see there's the Whimsy stamp that I chose. It's a little fairy in a flower, and I also got one of their digital paper selections, and I printed these up, them just on regular copy paper, my digital paper, and then I ran the paper back through and printed the fairy flower on the same, and I'm going to use these for paper piecing. So this is actually a pretty simple concept. It's just I'm sure that many of you have done paper piecing. It's just that I'm doing it with digital paper and digital stamps. Now I do have a laser printer, and I have two printers. I have one that's an inkjet printer for printing my photos for my scrapbook layouts, and then I have the other that's for general printing, but also for my mixed media, because remember that inkjet printers will smear, and I do use a lot of wet medium on this. So I did print these out on a digital, or on a laser printer, and yes, it's an indulgence, but it's one I love. I love my laser printer. Alright, so as you can see, I'm also I'm putting a stem. I want this to be an actual full flower, not just the top, so I add a stem and leaves to this piece, and you'll see me cutting out that stem and leaves that I created. I just used a micron pen for that to draw those, and I just free-handed the leaves. Big, simple leaves that are kind of like tulip leaves, really. That's all I did. This digital paper is super fun. It has a lot of visual texture. They did a really nice job, Whimsy Stamps, of layering different images on top of each other, so it kind of makes the mixed media super easy. I mean, there's hardly anything for me to do. Just layer it up and glue it on. And you're seeing me really doing a lot of cutting here. And that is a little bit, the paper piecing is a lot of fussy cutting. But the cool thing is, it's not as much, this is, I don't know, I just think it's fun. I wanted to mention that you should check out our challenge videos, or our challenge contests every month. This next month we're going to be doing paper marbling, and we're super excited about that. And those do have, I believe, some rewards involved with them, but they're also just a fun way to participate and share the wonderful artwork that you're doing with other people. And so come and check out our paper marbling this next month. Okay, so I grabbed my golden matte medium and I put my base paper down, and then you can see I'm just gonna basically decoupage the pieces on. That's all I'm doing. It's very simple. Matte medium, some people use Mod Podge. I would say you can use Mod Podge. I have used Mod Podge, but if you really want to do mixed media work, matte medium is the way to go. And the reason is because it dries as clear and plain as paper. It's like putting a layer of paper, transparent paper, over the top, which means that you don't have that shine that prevents your mediums that you're going in on top of it from sticking to them. So you can see I added a saying from Whimsy Stamps, and then I let that all dry. Now I'm coming in with my Inktense blocks, and you guys have seen me use these before. I really love them for mixed media. They're super transparent. And what I wanted to do was add basically shading to make this, what looks very 2D, go more 3D. So this is why you need the matte medium, because just about anything will stick to a good matte medium. And that's what's going on here. I'm taking a water soluble ink and just going right over the top of all of that imagery, adding little, see, I'm adding some grasses in the background, and I'm just shading. See, I'm giving dimension to the flower, and I put some dimension on her face and the wings and everything. And it's just really simple. It's not a complicated piece. I'm going to be going around the saying at the bottom that I put on there. And then when it's all said and done, I think I just coat it with a coat of sealer, like a glazing sealer, and it's done. So this is actually a very simple piece, easy for any of you to do. Just some piecing, and then basically watercolor over the paper piecing to give a little bit of dimension. And you could use regular watercolors if you had the matte medium on there. Regular watercolors would probably go over there just fine. Or you could dilute your craft paints, your just acrylic paints, and you could use that as well. So I'm just going to dry it up. I'm almost done here. Throwing in the last few details. Such a simple page, but I loved how this turned out. It's so super cute. Just super stinking cute. And so easy for anybody to do. So you should give this a try. It was super fun. I hope you're enjoying the Whimsy Stamps blog hop. We're super excited to sponsor them because they have such wonderful artwork, and you should stop by their website and check out some of their great, I really love their fairy stamps. They are just, of course I'm more of a fantasy type person, but I just loved it. Okay, so you can see here I'm just putting a little frame around that saying, and kind of just putting a shadow basically. And I think I used purple for the shadow because purple makes an excellent shadow. Purple sometimes is a better shadow than gray because it's more dynamic and interesting to look at than gray. But it does give that shadowed effect. A little bit of splotching, a little bit of color over the saying so that it doesn't stand out. This is just really simple actually, but super fun. I love this page and I hope you loved it too. Oh, still working on those wings, wow. Paint dry, paint dry. Remember that once it's dry, this Inktense won't move. And that's so helpful when you're doing mixed media work. That, at least for me, I like having that control of knowing that whatever layer I put down, it's done. Sorry about the bird squawking in the background. She's feeling a bit neglected because I don't have her on my shoulder. Almost done with all that drying. Oh, and here I'm coming in with my white pen to my white gel pen to create some highlights, and the black just to restore some black lines, clean it up a bit. There it is, easy and fun. Thanks.